Testing mic 1 2. Test 1 2. Thank you. Testing 1 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 2023 ASEA Conference.
Yes, once again, good morning. And of course, not only are we having a conference, we are also celebrating our 30 years of shared prosperity under ASEA. So first of all, we're going to start with the national anthem and the East Africa anthem. We request you to stand. The national anthem, please. Thank you so much. You may have your seats.
Welcome once again to the 2023 ASEA Annual Conference. My name is Terry Ann Chebet.
And my name is Mina Shege. We will be our MCs for the next 2 days and an evening as well.
So I prefer to say program director.
Okay, I prefer MC, and I'll tell you why. Ladies and gentlemen, we were just arguing about this. My name is Mina Shege. If you pick the first 2 syllables of my name, it's M and C. And that's why I'm the MC.
All right, I get that. So a few days ago, we were at a sort of similar conference, and the Deputy Tourism Minister for South Africa was here. And he said in their country, they actually say program director. And I would urge you to take it on, because imagine what that means to your rate card.
We will talk about that later, but the House can help us decide. How many of us think we should be called MCs? Let me just see by show of hands. Come on, man. Where are you?
Thank you very much. Keep them down.
Oh, just check it. Anyway, we have an amazing packed 2 days, and actually we started yesterday. We had an amazing cocktail, and so we shall be proceeding on. And Terian, maybe you could take us through what do we expect to see and to have today?
All right, we do expect to have some really great conversations. We've got some distinguished panel of experts. We've got key stakeholders from across the continent, all speaking about our key theme for today. We've got some panel discussions as well on capital raising through public markets. That will be our first panel discussion of the day. Thereafter, we will have another one on empowering cross-border trading, leveraging digital platforms. We will also have a showcase of a trade between Kenya and another East African country, just to show the growth of the capital markets and the interconnectedness of the two.
Wow, that's beautiful. I think Terian also said, forgot to say that we also expect to have some good African cuisine. It's important to say that because we like it. Ladies and gentlemen, just some few house rules today. As you've heard from the program, we're going to have some ushers going around who have a very nice, like you can see at the back there, just wave at the people. There you go. If you have any questions, anybody with an African sort of attire, is going to help you out. The restrooms are just right outside. If you walk out straight towards the back, you'll be assisted. And of course, for the people who came in this morning or yesterday and still need assistance in communication via the SIM cards, Safaricom has enabled us, and they have set up at the back there just to enable your SIM cards up. So feel free. I think they're already waving, just trying to say that they're ready. So feel free to go engage them in case you need to have an ease of communication. That's just about it. And of course, we have free Wi-Fi in the house, so feel free to engage with it. It's Kempinski01, that's the password, so feel free to engage as well.
I would like to recognize our chief guests this morning, starting, of course, by Mr. Geoffrey Odundo, the Chief Executive Officer at the NSC, Mr. Kiprono Kitonyi, Chairman of the NSC, Mr. Michael Mutiga, Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer at Safaricom, Ms. Jane Karuku, Group CEO at East Africa Breweries Limited, Mr. Ugas Mohammed, Chairman, Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Oscar Onyema, Group CEO of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and of course our host for this event, President of ASEA, Mr. Tapelo Cheole.
Let's put our hands together for them as well. Thank you so much for that. I think I've just been notified that because we are quite streaming this to some people privately and all that, and we want these conversations to go. As you can tell, we have a hashtag that is going around, and that is hashtag ASEA Conference 2023. That's the first hashtag, and the second one as well is ASEA at 30. In case you want to refer to them, there's some very beautifully put QR codes on your desks. So if you could scan that, you'll be able to have a program for yourself, an e-program, so feel free to interact with that. But just before then, Terian, hashtags are meant to be used, and the digital team said they would like to engage on this because we are talking about Africa. So what shall we do, Terian?
A selfie, maybe?
Yeah, that could work. I know sometimes I know Jeff is the best at this because he's a bit tall. He takes the best ones, so we shall try with this. But I've also taken one with the president when he came to Kenya the other time, so we will try one. So please, ladies and gentlemen, turn to the person sitting next to the one with the best camera, pick it up, let's do a selfie, and we will share with this hashtag. Otherwise, the hashtag has no use if we cannot use it. So please, let's do that. There you go. I have my camera here, Terry, and I am ready for you. There you go. Yeah, there you go. You see how it's done? There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah. Yes, on Twitter. All platforms, actually, even LinkedIn. You can tell them that. There you go. So please feel free to post now on all platforms, and the hashtag is ASEA Conference 2023, and the second hashtag is ASEA at 30. Excellent. Thank you so much.
All right, and without much further ado, we'd like to welcome our first speaker this morning, Mr. Geoffrey Odundo, the Chief Executive Officer of the NSC. Let's give him a warm round of applause as he makes his way on stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. This scene is beautiful from here, I can assure you. We're still expecting our chief guest, and we'll be telling you very shortly who this chief guest is. I want to recognize the chairman of the Nairobi Securities Exchange and our host exchange for this annual conference, the president of ASEA, Mr. Tapelo Cheole, my fellow ASEA CEOs. I think it will be just in order for me to ask the CEOs of the exchanges represented here to stand up and just wave to the audience. Maybe you could stand for just a minute. Representatives, the chairman of the Rwanda Stock Exchange, Mr. Bob Karina. We have a Kenyan who is the chair of the Rwanda Stock Exchange. Members of exchanges represented here. Members of the Kenya Capital Markets represented here. Representative of listed companies. Today we are honored to have the CEO of EABL, Jane Karuku, and also the Chief Officer from Safaricom, Mr. Michael Mutiga. Honorable guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. I think for me this is a momentous day because ASEA has come home. ASEA was born here 30 years ago, and today we're celebrating 30 years of its birth. So we're in a very, very festive mood for ASEA. It's also the 26th annual general meeting. So as Kenya, as Nairobi, we feel very privileged to be hosting you here and to really share with you the Kenya hospitality and the friendship that we have across the African continent. ASEA has over the years grown leaps and bounds. When it was started way back in 1993-94, 4 exchanges came together to really form a Pan-African institution where we could share knowledge about what's going on in capital markets, but help develop these markets. Today, ASEA has a rotational presidency, highly coveted. I can tell you, I've tried being the president of ASEA and I lost the election to my good friend Ed, no, it was Haji then. But that's the kind of excitement and presence ASEA has across the continent. And so we're very delighted that it actually has a very good rotational presidency, and our president for this year is the CEO of the Botswana Stock Exchange, Mr. Tapelo. We're here to learn, we're here to share, we're here to network, but we're also here to enjoy ourselves. So we have prepared a program that is not very heavy on content. It's got very good topics, very, very exciting topics, but also we have also a lot of side events that we believe will be able to showcase what we have to offer in our great city. The capital markets is a very important part of our economy in Kenya. It's got a very high level of appreciation right from the presidency, and that's why we are really hopeful that we'll be able to see or receive him. But just generally across continents, the position the capital markets are taking is really, really providing that level of importance to every economy to turn it around, to help improve and scale this up. So we've arranged so many topics on how we can achieve that, and you'll be seeing, we'd call you to really enjoy the panels, interact with them, and really help them go forward. As we do this, we have new topical issues. We have the issues around sustainability. We are delighted to say that we have our sustainability, one of Africa's leading sustainability champions, Anushka in the room, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more from that. We have our Pan-African brothers from the AFDB, Ben and Akin. We are really keen to also interact with you. AFDB has really been a key sponsor or funder of ASEA projects, and we hope to see more of that. We have exciting topics around data and how data is becoming the new exciting revenue stream for exchanges, and just a whole host of many other things that we intend to bring out during this conference. So mine is to say, Karibu Kenya, muko sawa sawa. Muko sawa? Yeah, anytime you meet a Kenyan, he says sasa, you just say sawa or fit. And you get your way through, eh? Don't start looking hesitating, eh? All right? So we wish you well, wish you a good day. I hope you enjoy yourselves. And please, let's network and really bond over the next 2 days. With that, I think I have the honor and privilege to invite the chairman of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, Mr. Kiprono Kitoni, to share the official remarks. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a quick announcement. We have put the program on hold for just a few minutes because our chief guest is coming in and he's been, I think he's just about to get here in a minute or two. That's why the delegation has gone to receive him. So please bear with us with those few minutes.
Sound check, check 2. Sound 1.
2.
Hello, sound check, check 2. Sound clarity check. 1, 2, 3. Sound
Yes, 1, 2. Hello.
check clarity 1, clarity 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sound 1, 2, 3. Clarity check.
Yes, 1, 2.
Check 2, sound 1. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Clarity check. Sound check, check 2. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Clarity check. Sound check. Check 2, check 3, sound 1. 1, 2, 3. Clarity check.
Yes, 1, 2.
Check
Yes,
sound 1. Hello, 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sound clarity check. Check 2. Sound check, check 2, check 3, sound 1. Clarity check. 1, 2, 3. Sound. Hello, 1, 2, 3. Clarity check. Clarity 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sound. 1, 2, 3. Majaribio ya sauti. Clarity check, check 2. Sound check, check 2. Check.
So the Kenyan Roads project, I was the team lead for the execution of the project financing. The Kenyan government decided that there was a bunch of roads in the country that needed upgrading. And they thought the best way to do this was to get private sector involved, to bring in the expertise to upgrade the roads, maintain them, and thereafter the Kenyan government would that.
It is going to bring that acceleration in terms of the benefits that infrastructure brings into the economy.
These big, large infrastructure deals that Standard Bank does signals confidence in Africa. It signals growth.
The roads that are being constructed under the roads program is actually a catalyst to economic empowerment. The communities in terms of stimulating economic activities around those areas. We were the pioneers, financiers in the Peace Road annuity deal. It has not been an easy journey. It took a number of years, but what matters is the fact that we did not lose focus on what we are trying to do.
My name is Vincent Lichu. I'm the site manager. This is one of the roads. The locals around here, they are farmers. Most of them could not access to their farms. This place was inaccessible, but now they can easily sell their farm product to the outside market without any problems. I'm really proud to contribute to this, helping the community around here, but also the livelihoods. We have added value to the area. It's really an improvement. This road is going to improve the livelihoods of this community. The people around, living around, they can easily access to the hospitals and to connect to the schools.
As an individual, you get a sense of fulfillment because you see yourself being a part of a bigger purpose.
I believe in here because of the possibilities to impact the world, so we can change how we live, we can change the outcome of what we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our chief guest. He has arrived. A round of applause, please, to the President of the Republic of Kenya. Thank you so much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency the President, let's be upstanding for the national anthem. You may take your seats. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 ASEA Conference.
Absolutely, welcome and feel at home, especially for our guests who have come all the way across Africa. And of course, we are also celebrating our 30 years of shared prosperity under ASEA.
We do expect an incredible program today. We've got a lineup of distinguished speakers. We also have some in-depth conversations around Africa's capital markets.
Absolutely, and we're going to jump straight into it. Earlier on, we just went through the program, and because our chief guest is here, we want to have our first speaker come on stage, Terian.
All right, we'd like to welcome the CEO of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, Mr. Jeffrey Odundo. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Chief of the Defense Forces, Your Honorable Minister, CS, National Treasury and Planning, PS, National Treasury and Planning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the ASEA Exco, our President, Apello Shole, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm overwhelmed to say that today our chief guest and the champion of our capital markets is with us today. Mind is to say welcome to the conference, Your Excellency. In this congregation, we have 29 exchanges represented by their CEOs. With 1 minute, I can request all the CEOs of the exchanges represented to stand in honor for the President to recognize you. There we are. We also have members of the Kenya's capital markets present here, Your Excellency, and we're happy to say that thank you for honoring us under this, this very, very important day. I would now like to invite our chairman to give a brief about the ASEA and the conference, and wish you all a good day. Thank you, Your Excellency, for coming.
Your Excellency, our chief guest, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury, PS, National Treasury, President of ASEA, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a singular honor and privilege for me to stand in front of you to welcome you to this conference in Nairobi, gathering 45 delegates from 29 exchanges across the continent of Africa. Before His Excellency came, I had my iPad, and I was going to read my official statement, but His Excellency has a very limited time, and we have to respect that time. Your Excellency, I think your Pan-African credentials are not in doubt. I know that you learned late last night about this event, and the fact that you have chosen to amend your program to fit us in is a great honor for us, and we are very grateful for that. Your Excellency, over the next 2 days, the delegates here will be having broad conversations about the challenges that face the capital markets and the galvanization of capital in the continent of Africa. Among the conversations, Your Excellency, will be the climate change conversation, and this is very timely, coming only 2 weeks before the COP conference, where Kenya will be leading the African statement from the private sector. Your Excellency, we will be having those conversations. How we can help governments mobilize funds, how we can help the private sector mobilize funds, and indeed, how we can alleviate poverty from our people. Our continent contains many resources that make us unique and singular in the global equation. By the year 2050, the population of our continent will be larger than that of India and China combined. The GDP of this continent, the untapped resources, and I think if we cannot find African solutions to African problems, then for sure we are headed in the wrong direction. So, Your Excellency, we are so honored that you could be here today to give us guidance insofar as how these conversations should be formed, to give us your thoughts in terms of what we should be doing. I will not say more than that, and I just said yesterday to the delegates that the conversation around where the cradle of mankind was long settled. So I said to the delegates, welcome home. And with those few remarks, it is now my honor to invite the President of ASEA, Mr. Apello Shole, who is also the CEO of the Botswana Stock Exchange. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chairman. Your Excellency, President Ruto, most of us see you on television talking about the African agenda. So we really appreciate. All distinguished guests here, for the sake of time, I will stand on the protocol already established, as they say in Nigeria. All former presidents of ASEA, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to the ASEA Annual Conference hosted here in Nairobi at the gesture of the chairman of Nairobi Stock Exchange and our lovely CEO, Jeff Odondo. Mr. President, it is worth noting that this conference was initially not supposed to be here. It was supposed to have been held in Egypt, but because of logistical problems, we had to request the Nairobi Stock Exchange to put it together in less than a month. It was not a hard choice for us or a hard request for us, because we know whenever we don't have a host, Nairobi is always there to welcome us. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, we are very glad to be in Nairobi, Kenya. We have been welcomed very well. Some of us here don't need any welcome. I've been here 5 times this year, so I deserve a permanent residency to be always here. I will not dwell much of the written speech, Your Excellency, but just take time to really appreciate the work that you are doing for the Kenyan capital markets. We have been informed that you have visited the exchange several times, which is actually a great thing for capital markets in Nairobi. And also, we know that you are taking your time out of a very busy schedule to make time for this African markets initiatives. I will also take this opportunity to really thank all of you who have taken that time from all exchanges across the African region. There are 26 exchanges, $2 trillion, more than 2,000 listed entities, and therefore these are astronomical numbers that really appreciate the work that the Kenyan people have done to host us at the last minute. The African Stock Exchanges Association have got many successes, which I will not mention here for the sake of time. But let me take this opportunity to really appreciate your presence, Your Excellency, President Ruto, Chairman, all the distinguished guests here, all the Kenyan people, Karibu Nairobi. I didn't know what it means until I told yesterday. I just said, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity also to really thank the work that has been done by retiring CEOs. And especially, I want us to all put our hands together, celebrate a man who have served the Nairobian market for the past 8 years. What a man, what a very great man, what a good man, Jeff Odondo. Jeff have served the Nairobian or the Kenyan capital markets for 8 years, and especially the Secretariat. Jeff is in charge of the Secretariat for African Securities Exchange, and he coordinates all the activities that we have across the African markets. He did not only dedicate his 8 years of service to Nairobi, but he also dedicated his 8 years of service to saving a larger continent market and also pushing the African agenda. And I know, Mr. President, coming from Botswana, I also served the market in Botswana very well. After 2 years in office, after a lot of service to the community, I was given the Presidential Order of Meritorious Service. And I know very well in Nigeria, our dear friend here, former President Oscar Wanyama, was also given a national award in Nigeria. Former President Edu was given a national honor in Togo. I'm not hinting anything, Mr. President. All what I'm saying is that on our behalf as African stock exchanges, Jeff have done a very good work, not only for Kenya, and also for all of us here. And as Jeff retires, we really want to thank him for his dedicated service. It is not easy to serve all these exchanges. Some of these economies are big, some are small, and all of us looked into Jeff to put us together, and he successfully managed to do that for the past 2 years. We wish you success, Jeff, in your office, and we know that the Kenyan people will not let those good brains go to waste. And therefore, we can rest assured that in one way or the other, you'll play a role for the Kenyan people. With that, Your Excellency President Ruto, I thank you, and we have a good day.
Much. And once again, let's appreciate the President ASEA for those remarks. Your Excellency, at this particular time, I want to request our Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury and Planning, Professor Njuguna Ndung'u, to kindly come and give his remarks. A round of applause to the Cabinet Secretary as he comes.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto. I'm very happy that you managed to get some time in that busy schedule. We are very sorry that we had to ambush you this morning, but I do believe that it is for a good cause. Dear guests, distinguished guests, let me thank His Excellency for finding time to grace this occasion. It also demonstrates the government's commitment to support the capital markets and the financial sector development in general. It's also coincidental, Your Excellency, that I was going to meet the market tomorrow. We have had several dates that we programmed, but time was not there. But tomorrow we are meeting, and we want to actually to reflect in terms of where we are coming from and where we should be going. So I'm very happy about this coincidence that the issues that we raised today could be an input in terms of what we're going to do tomorrow and even the future structure of our markets. This is an important occasion for the capital markets, particularly stock exchanges across the African continent, to take stock of recent developments, including performance, opportunities, emerging issues, and even challenges that require concerted efforts to address. This year's conference theme is Unlocking Africa's stock exchange potential for sustained economic development, but it is also indeed important from frontier markets in Africa that are facing very serious challenges and how we need to tame them. The sustained prosperity of a nation is closely linked to the creation of an enduring, competitive, and even stable financial system that provide an opportunity to mobilize financial resources and deploy them in productive investment and even sectors. The role of government is to create a conducive environment to increase the opportunities for borrowers, savers, investors, and be part of the development discourse, and also make sure that they can appropriate returns from their own investment. Because as soon as investors cannot appropriate returns from their own investment, that is, they are consumed by cost structures, then they stop investing. A majority of African stock exchanges face structural hurdles to growth, and they are struggling with liquidity and also considerable minimal participation by retail investors. We have to rethink structure given the digital age, and we need to think about that in terms of how we are going to contain the process. The initial public offering IPO landscape in Africa further confirms that the challenges that our stock markets face are quite immense. The pipeline of IPOs and even further offerings in Africa has decreased significantly. It is against this background that we need to deliberate on how to solve the legacy and emerging challenges facing stock markets in the continent, and even explore opportunities to reestablish the competitive edge of public capital markets as an avenue of raising capital in Africa. I'm grateful to the African Securities Exchanges Association, ASEA, ladies and gentlemen, because they champion the digital transformation that we are all looking forward to. and this is going to improve market condition and even accessibility and transparency. In this ever-evolving world of finance, even where we have challenges entering the international financial markets, we do believe that our markets are the lifeblood of our economic and even our own role in terms of shaping the future. And that responsibility is profound. It is important for us to rethink strategy, to rethink the innovative ways of getting there. The African capital markets are, as a collective entity, important in terms of playing a vital role to fostering economic vibrancy and promote regional integration. With these few remarks, because time is not on our side, and I can see there is a whole set of seats here for a panel discussion, which I believe is going to be rich. Let me say that I join the ASEA in terms of congratulating them and the membership of the stock markets in Africa for the 30th anniversary. We do hope that ASEA continues to be our vibrant driver and partner as we chart new ways to grow our capital markets and, in particular, stock exchanges in Africa that are the backbone of our thriving economy and financial market. We do believe that this is the appropriate path. It is important for us to recognize that. It's important for us to make sure that we take steps in terms of consolidating that gain and making sure that we have a vibrant market, but also a market that is going to stand the test of time. Those were a few remarks from myself, and because we had His Excellency the President is having a strain of time, I take this honor, singular honor, to invite him to read his speech and address this market. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Please, let's take our seats. Thank you very much. I don't know whether Keeper had actually, the chair had an iPad, and whether everybody seems to be blaming me for time. But it's really unfortunate that I won't be able to sit here. I would have really wanted to sit here and listen to you on this very important subject. But Minister and PS will sit in for me later, and the good man, Jeff, will also, I'm sure, will give me some notes on what you guys will have agreed on. As you are well aware, I am very passionate about the one big thing that is going to unlock the huge potential that exists in this continent, and that is integration, how we can work together. And I am very happy when I was told last evening about this occasion, despite the many other issues on my diary, I said I need to make a few minutes just to encourage you that what you're doing is the right thing. Integrating our stock exchanges, cross-listing, and using technology to bring down the barriers that exist and the limitations that are built in by other issues is a very positive thing for you to do. I just thought I should encourage you that on this journey of integrating institutions in our continent, you are not alone. We are with you 100% as leaders in this continent. And therefore, Mr. President, I'm happy that you have learned a few words in Kiswahili. However, I want to warn you that soliciting for any items in Kenya is against the law. So I know Jeff very well, and you have put in a very strong case for him. And certainly your words will not go unnoticed. I have noticed what you have said, and I agree. But it gives me great pleasure to once again join the capital market stakeholders across the continent at the 2023 African Securities Exchange Association Annual Conference. Today, we celebrate 30 years of association and collaboration between the different exchanges in our continent. Kenya is proud to have been among the founders of this great body, which has enhanced the level of knowledge share, cross-border trading, and relationships on the continent. We also meet to celebrate and focus our efforts on the future of financial markets in Africa, recognizing their potential to unlock capital and accelerate economic and business growth across our continent. Stock exchanges play a significant role in mobilizing domestic resources and international capital critical for Africa's economic renaissance. If well harnessed, stock exchanges can be the engine that transforms Africa into a global economic powerhouse and the financial center of the world. And I mean it. It is a reality. Over the last few years, African stock exchanges have seen considerable growth bolstered by reforms undertaken by various countries in different ways. These reforms, such as interest rates liberalization, removal of debt ceilings, enhancement of regulatory environment, as well as restructuring and privatization of state-owned enterprises, acted as a catalyst that saw growth in our markets over the last decade. These reforms notwithstanding, the changing macroeconomic dynamics have affected African stock exchanges, heavily weighing on their growth and impact. As we speak, Africa exchanges remain modest, and their contribution to economic development continues to be marginal. A majority of African stock exchanges face structural hurdles to growth, struggling with liquidity and considerable minimal participation by retail investors. The IPO landscape in Africa further confirms the challenges that our stock exchanges face. The pipeline for IPOs and further offerings in Africa has decreased significantly. With over 40 exchanges in the continent, we should be able to have at least 5 listings per day across the continent. And you know that's not the case. It is against this background that you meet to deliberate on how to solve legacy and emerging challenges facing stock exchanges and stock markets in the continent and explore opportunities to re-establish the competitive edge of public resource markets as an avenue for raising capital in Africa. We all understand that the global economy has changed. Markets have become very uncertain, and we therefore must work on enhancing the efficiency of the capital markets to make it much more resilient to market dynamics. On our part as government, we have taken various steps to revitalize the capital markets. 2 months ago, I did assent to the privatization bill, heralding a paradigm shift in the process of executing privatization of public enterprises by infusing international best practices and, more importantly, cutting off unnecessary bureaucracies that made the privatization process almost grind to a halt, where only one transaction was closed over the last 15 years. Just imagine that. And it was one of the big issues that I really wanted to sort out. And when I went to the stock exchange, I did promise them that the government of Kenya is going to list at the exchange more government entities. Unfortunately, the law became so convoluted that before even we could do that, we had to work on the law first. I'm very happy that we have settled the law, and now we have close to 35 companies, government companies, that some we will be selling outright, others we will be bringing to the stock exchange, and therefore I intend to keep my commitment to the stock exchange and make sure that we use the stock exchange to enable more Kenyans, more Africans, more private sector people to own part of our public entities. I am pleased to hear all the recent developments within the Africa markets facilitated by ASEA, including accelerating the growth and development of Africa's capital markets through various strategic initiatives aimed at creating unified and efficient capital markets across the African continent. ASEA has championed the digitization of African stock exchanges, promoting the use of technology to enhance trading, settlement, and market information dissemination. This digital transformation has significantly improved market accessibility and transparency. ASEA actively supports the issuance and trading of infrastructure and green bond assets that are critical in mobilizing capital for infrastructure development projects in African countries. ASEA has also developed the African Exchange Linkage Project, a trading infrastructure that aims to reconnect over 30 stockbrokers with the aim of promoting cross-border trading of securities among member exchanges, further enhancing market integration. In this ever-evolving world of finance, where our markets are the lifeblood of our economies, our role in shaping the future is profound. The Africa capital markets, as a collective entity, play a vital role in fostering economic growth, development, and regional integration. I wish to take this opportunity to reflect on some key themes that are of paramount importance in the realm of capital markets, particularly in the context of our continent. Number one is liquidity in our capital markets. Liquidity is the lifeblood of any thriving capital market, and you know that. It ensures that our investors have the confidence and flexibility to buy and sell securities with ease. It is essential for the efficient allocation of capital, which in turn drives economic growth. Liquidity not only attracts domestic investors, but also foreign investors looking for attractive investment opportunities. It is our collective responsibility, therefore, to ensure that our markets remain liquid, transparent, and efficient. The trends we see in today's capital markets indicate a growing demand for improved liquidity, driven by innovative trading platforms, more accessible market information, and the entrance of retail investors into the arena. Embracing these trends, therefore, can be a catalyst for further market development. The other item I want to talk about is cross-border listing. One of the most significant milestones in the African capital markets has been the emergence of cross-border listings. This not only increases the feasibility of our markets, but also facilitates access to a broader pool of investors. It is a testament to our growing integration and our ability to offer more diversified and appealing investment opportunities. As we build at the policy level the integration of African markets using the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, it is important that at that level you also build the integration of our capital markets. It enhances scale. It makes it possible for us to have a bigger pool of investors, bigger pool of resources,
and it expands our opportunities across countries. It also enables us to learn from best practice in different countries. It is possible to pick best practice from different countries, as I said earlier, when we are in the same ecosystem. And therefore, ASEA must continuously play the role of pooling exchanges together so that we can pool resources, we can create bigger scale, and be able to even attract others globally. Cross-border listing represents a trend that speaks to the need for market integration, harmonized regulation, and interoperability between exchanges. As we move forward, it is imperative that we continue to foster collaboration across borders to make these listings more seamless and more attractive. I want to speak about the third thing, which is the benefits of capital markets to economies. Capital markets are a thriving force behind economic development. They provide business with the means to raise capital for expansion, for job creation, and even for innovation. Our entrepreneurs and innovators need the support and confidence that only a robust capital market can provide. As we look to the future, let us continue to work together to ensure that capital markets remain a catalyst for economic growth across our continent. The trends in this domain highlight the emergence of impact investing and the importance of financial inclusion. There is a growing recognition that our markets can be a force for good, not just in terms of returns, but in promoting social and economic well-being. This is an exciting shift in perspective, one that we should encourage and embrace. In other words, I'm saying what the capital markets will be doing is not just about the trading, it goes beyond trading numbers. It goes to the realm of enhancing development and social good and creating inclusivity. What a single person or a single company or a single country cannot achieve, we can achieve collectively. And that is what this brings. It brings a society coming together, creating financial inclusion, and making sure that everybody can tap into the good that exists within us. Of course, the final issue I want to have a conversation about is ESG, which is now common to all of us. We now know about environmental sustainability. We know about that we are beyond all these hard facts. We are social human beings. And to be able to move forward, people are continuously now interested in governance. How transparent are we? How accountable are we? Is what we are doing making impact? Or are these just cold numbers and statistics? Good governance is the foundation of any capital market. Strong corporate governance practices enhance investor confidence and protect the interests of all stakeholders, including the small ones. Furthermore, the growing importance of environmental, social, and governance factors cannot be overstated. These considerations are not only important for ethical reasons, but are becoming vital criteria for investment decisions. Let us continue to promote transparency, accountability, and responsible corporate citizenship across all markets. The trends in governance and ESG reflect a global shift towards more responsible investment practices. Investors, both institutional and individual, are increasingly conscious of the impact of their investments and what impact it has on people and globally. This trend presents an opportunity for African capital markets to position themselves as leaders in sustainable and responsible investing. Let me finally close with one item about climate financing. I was, 2 days ago, I was addressing the EU Parliament on where fate has put us. And it is very interesting that fate has a way of equalizing fortunes. While Africa supported the industrialization of Europe, we gave them all the raw materials they needed, and we bought all the industrial products they manufactured. Now it is their turn. And I was telling them that there is something lawyers call quid pro quo. I don't know exactly what it means, but I know it means something to the extent that we should even out issues, right? So we now have an opportunity, and I want to persuade you, good people, that as leadership in this continent, and when I say leadership, I mean leadership at every level. It's now our turn to position ourselves appropriately. We must get away from the victim corner. We must now position ourselves to the opportunities that exist in the new economic setup. Today, we have assets as a continent, very important assets. We have 60% of the world's renewable energy resources. We have 40% of the world's critical mineral resources. We have 65% of the world's uncultivated arable land. We have the world's largest workforce. And more importantly, we have the world's largest natural resources. We cannot, therefore, position ourselves as a disparate continent with the kind of potential that we have. What we need to do is to position these assets appropriately and work with the rest of the world to even out issues. It is no longer possible to drive the world using fossil fuel resources. Renewable energy is the bullet this time around. And by God's grace, we have the largest resources in that area. And therefore, I was asking Europe, the same way we gave you our raw materials and bought your finished products, it is your turn to provide the capital, which we together developed, because our resources, our raw materials helped develop capital in Europe. And because of the opportunity Europe had to develop all this, they also developed technology using our raw materials, and we supported them by buying their products. So it is now time for them to bring the technology, which we together developed, and the capital, which we together developed, so that we can unlock the potential that exists in our continent and provide them with green products and provide them with an opportunity for us to create opportunities for employment in our own countries so that we avoid negative migration. People going as refugees and all manner of things. It is not something as Africans we are proud of. We're very proud people. We want to work at home. We want opportunities. All these young people in rickety boats going to Europe is because they are looking for opportunity. We can create those opportunities here at home, and that is what we want to do. a stock exchange becomes a very important instrument of making sure that resources can be agile. We can make it much more easy for resources to flow from one place to another. In the face of a rapidly changing climate, it is our duty to channel resources towards sustainable and climate-resilient investment. Many people are wondering why we are pushing this agenda of climate change. It is because therein lies the opportunity for Africa. Thank God that fossil fuels brought a problem to the world so that we can look at the opportunities that exist in our continent. If there was no trouble with climate change, nobody would want to think about renewable energy. But now that we are all in trouble and nobody is safe, the North is not safe, the South is not safe, East is not anywhere away from this trouble, neither is the West. So we are all in one place. You know, this climate change has levelized all of us. There is no more developing versus developed. We are all facing climate change the same way. And so we have to find a solution together. And that is why we have said we are not going to continue the finger pointing. We don't want to blame game. We don't want North versus South. We must do this together as humanity. The capital markets can be a force of good in this regard by developing innovative financial products that support climate finance. We can contribute a greener, a more sustainable future using our stock exchanges. The time for action, good people, is now. And I urge all market participants to play their part in fostering climate-conscious investments. I want to repeat this. It is very important that you know the opportunity that exists in climate financing. There is a very big opportunity. You must leverage on it to grow our stock exchanges. The trend of climate financing is not just a moral imperative, but also an economic opportunity. As the world shifts towards more sustainable practices, investors and businesses will increasingly seek green investment opportunities. African capital markets have the potential to play a significant role in channeling funds into projects that combat climate change and promote environmental sustainability. If you didn't hear anything of my statement, please, just this paragraph is enough for you. You know, just see the opportunity therein. As we have this conversation globally, and that is why even we have the COP28, as we have this global conversation, know that the opportunity exists and you are at the intersection of that opportunity. As government, finally, we will do our part. In the context of all these trends, it is vital for governments to actively support the growth and development of capital markets. And as I told you in Kenya, I have promised the capital markets here that we will reorganize the law. The law gave us problems. We have now sorted out the law. We have identified the first 35 companies that we are going to offer to the private sector. We have close to another 100 that we are working with our financial advisors on what to do and what portions to let out. For example, we have very otherwise would be lucrative companies, but they are trapped in government bureaucracy, when the services they are offering can actually be better offered by the private sector. So we will make these opportunities available, and I want to tell our Kenyan private sector, the public, that opportunity is coming for them to be part of the cake that we have all baked as Kenyans by being part owners of some of our good companies or buying some of the companies that would better be run by the private sector and allow government to do what we must do. It is very instructive for me because I know very well that if we can unlock the potential in many of the companies, especially those that are trapped in government bureaucracy, allow them to flourish as private sector companies, they will employ more people, they will generate more resources, and they will pay more taxes. Yeah, I know that's a very important subject in Kenya nowadays. Governments can play, as I said, a crucial role by implementing favorable policies, regulatory frameworks, and infrastructure to facilitate the expansion and integration of our markets. Initiatives such as tax incentives, simplified regulation processes, and fostering financial literacy can significantly contribute to market growth. I would want to know from the Kenyan markets players what additionally they want us to do as government so that we can make it easier for them, agile, flexible, for them to do more in our capital markets. Furthermore, partnerships between governments and market participants, including exchanges and regulators, can lead to more effective market development. Supportive regulatory frameworks, investor protection, and innovative financing mechanisms are also essential for the sustainability of our capital markets. As we discussed today, vital themes and unlocking Africa's stock exchange potential for sustainable economic development, I encourage all stakeholders in our capital markets to collaborate, innovate, and adhere to the highest standards of ethics and responsibility. Our future, ladies and gentlemen, and the prosperity of our great continent depends on the health and vitality of our markets. Today, I have recognized 10 companies joining the unquoted security market segments of NSE, Nairobi Stock Exchange, also, or Nairobi Security Exchange, as I was told, also known as Soko Rahisi. This is a key development for the country, noting that the growth of our economies will be funded by these segments of our economy, with the MSME sector comprising 80% of our formal economy. My government will continue to support this key sector. I want to encourage companies to tap into the capital markets to power the growth of their companies and also our economy. In conclusion, let me express my utmost confidence in the future of African capital markets. With our collective determination and the dedication of all those present here today, we can build markets that are transparent, efficient, and impactful, capable of driving economic growth and fostering sustainable development. I wish you all a successful and productive conference, and I look forward to witnessing the positive change and progress that will undoubtedly emerge from the exchanges and discussions that will take place here. Thank you very much, and may our capital markets continue to be the engines of growth and prosperity for Africa. Unfortunately, I won't be here to take part in the round tables here and the other exchanges, but I look forward to another opportunity to engage with you. My very best wishes. Welcome to Kenya. Enjoy your time here, and please give us some positive results. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Your Excellency, sir, as you make your way down stage. Your Excellency, sir, we would like to invite you to witness a live trading. This way, sir. We'd love to invite you to witness a live cross-border trade between Dyer and Blair. and BVRM. BVRM is an integrated stock exchange common to 8 West African countries. And Lina Tonui, who is the Africa Project Linkages Manager, will take you through it. You may please have your seats. The trade will be broadcasted on the screens in front of you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. You did speak about the African Exchanges Linkage Project, and we are glad to inform you that we have interconnected 7 exchanges to a trading... Hello? Oh, okay, sorry. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, as you mentioned, the African Exchanges Linkage Project, which is a key initiative of the African Securities Exchanges Association and the Africa Development Bank, we are pleased to walk you through a live trade. So this is the terminal. It's called the AELP Link. And on this terminal, the brokers who are participating in the project, we currently have 35 broker members from 7 exchanges that are interconnected, but we have a total of 9 exchanges that are participating in the project. So brokers from the different markets are able to see all the exchanges. They can, choose a different market and then place a trade. So today, Your Excellency, we are working with Diane Blair in Nairobi, who will receive a trade and place a trade from the BRVM market. And we're very honored to have all the members here. But then BRVM will be joining us online if we're not able to broadcast them at this point, but then they have already placed a trade. So Peter will show us the trade that has come in from them. So the broker from whichever market places a trade, and now it has come into the Kenyan market. So Peter will accept the trade. Peter, you may go ahead. It has been staged.
Okay, Your Excellency, this is the AELP platform. We have received an order to buy 2,000 Safaricom shares from FGI in Cote d'Ivoire. So the order has come in. It appears as staged. So all we need to do from our end is accept the trade. So I'll just go ahead to accept the trade. It says, do you want to approve the order to buy 2,000 Safaricom shares for that client? Then we'll say yes. So the order has been accepted. So once we refresh, it shows that the status is now accepted. So the order has come to our market. So all I'll need to do from my end is push the order from DFN, from the AELP platform, to our market live in Nairobi, which is already open. So I'll proceed to create the order. It's 2,000 shares, placing at a price of 13.70 for Safaricom. Then I will proceed to buy. Once we click on buy, the order goes through. So I'll just click buy and confirm the order. As you can see, the status has now changed from accepted to filled. So now the client from BRVM has 2,000 shares of Safaricom.
Your Excellency, thank you. We request you to ring the bell at this stage, and I want to request the President of ASEA, the Chairman of the Capital Markets, the Chairman of the NSE, and Geoffrey as well, our NSE CEO, and the Cabinet Secretary as well. Please join the President in ringing the bell as we have this session of marking the 30 years of ASEA as you ring that bell. Your Excellency, because as you said, you confirmed this at the last minute, I'm going to just do a count, and that will, then you will ring it in. In 3, 2, 1, please, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. This marks the 30 years of ASEA. We're going to have a quick photo session right there. I will start with that photo the way it is, just a quick photo there. The photographers are very set, and then the ASEA leadership is going to do that photo, and finally our key sponsors who are in the house. So if you could kindly come quickly, that one is done. So the ASEA leadership led by the President of ASEA, please if you could kindly join into the photo. Thank you so much, the ASEA leadership. There you go, please allow him in. Please join into the photo. And finally, we want to request the sponsors, each one representative, Safaricom, Infotech, Stanbic, please come right away. One representative, Accra, Chelasoft, Direct In, and Egyptian Stock Exchange. Please make to the stage now. That's the next one. Please, as they're coming in. I think for the sake of the photo to look in a nice way, for the sake of the photos, I would request the rest of the members to kindly come by. AFDB and Diageo, please, you're also requested to take this final photo. Thank you. These, Your Excellency, are the sponsors who have made this possible and have ensured that this works. I can see the Safaricom representatives in the house. Well done. Thank you so much, please. Excellent. Thank you so much. There you go. Your Excellency, just before you leave, we have a gift for you, courtesy of the Capital Markets and the ASEA. Yes, so I want to request the President, Tapelo, to kindly hand the gift with the Chairman to His Excellency, and then we will close that session. So if we could have that kindly on stage, because this is going to be taken by the photographers and all that. Oh, there you go, there you go. Let's have that photo very fast. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Asante Sana. Let's appreciate His Excellency as he leaves. Asante Sana for that session. Let's go back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to request that we have that quick, short health break of about 5 minutes or so to allow our guests as well to come back and all. So if you need that, you could grab that moment, but don't go too far. Thank you so much.
Landanzela ya libala, mamo ye ye ye. Yango evandisa yo na poto, mamo ye ye. Tika koko sa mobali na yo, mamo ye ye. Soki a telefone loba obimaka, mamo.
Le sentiment le plus proche de l'amour, c'est la haine. Moto oya inaka makasi, yene aboya kamakasi. Tozalaki pourtant lokola bana mapasa. Bapasi na bisengo nyonso tokabolaki. Na comprendre olelo tina oboyinga. Obayenga momobulu elekanga.
So as a Kenyan, I see a lot of potential within the country. I believe that when you provide decent infrastructure to the population with the right support, we can realize the potential for Kenya as a country. So before the roads were constructed and upgraded to bitumen studdeds, the people around there had to rely on very simple modes of transport.
So the Kenyan Roads project, I was the team lead for the execution of the project financing. The Kenyan government decided that there was a bunch of roads in the country that needed upgrading. And they thought the best way to do this was to get private sector involved, to bring in the expertise to upgrade.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to now kick off the next part of our program this morning. We'd like to request you to take your seats. Those that are still outside, our ushers, please help us notify the guys that are outside to come and join us. We would like to kick off within the next 2 minutes.
So kindly, if you can hear the sound of our voice, please proceed into the hall. We want to quickly run through the rest of the program as scheduled. I don't know if Terian, you can tell them that in French. So kindly, please walk into the hall. Our ushers, we request you to help us. Let the people know they should walk in so we can begin the next part of the program.
DJ Naima, keep it locked. investment product from M-Pesa that allows you to invest money from your M-Pesa account. Get the Mali Mini app from your M-Pesa app. You will first have to download the M-Pesa app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store and proceed to sign in. Getting the Mali Mini app. On the navigation bar, tap Services. Locate and select the Mali Mini app from the Services screen. Benefits of Mali. The benefits of investing in Mali are: invest as low as 100 shillings and earn stable and competitive returns. Deposit and withdraw via M-Pesa at no cost. Opt in and invest. Get started by opting into the service and tap Invest to Mali. Enter the amount you wish to invest, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. Withdraw. Tap Withdraw to M-Pesa and enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Confirm the details and enter your M-Pesa PIN. View statement. You can also view the history of all your transactions by tapping on More Actions. Select View Statement. Add and delete Next of Kin. Next of kin is the person whose details you update on Mali, and in the event of incapacities such as sickness, mental instability, and death, they can have access to your fund. To add next of kin, tap More Actions on the Mali home screen followed by Add Next of Kin. To delete the existing next of kin details, tap More Actions followed by View Next of Kin, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. You can add your email address to which statements will be sent to. Tap More Actions, then select Add Email Address. Enter a valid email address, followed by your M-Pesa PIN. Frequently asked questions help you to know more about Mali. Tap More Actions on the Mali home screen. Tap FAQs and the questions and answers will be displayed. If you wish to stop investing, you can leave the service. Tap More Actions, then select Opt Out. You will have to withdraw any existing balance to proceed.
1, 2. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to request you to settle down. Please take your seats. We'd like to now kick off with the next part of our program. We also would like to ask for your patience as we get the front part of the hall to be reorganized for the delegates at the front to have their tables as well. Those that are still outside, our ushers, we still request you to help us show our guests into the hall. We would like to kick off as soon as possible.
Yes, indeed. So we are requesting, if you can hear us, please come in. We want to swiftly move on with our program. For the delegates in the house, please take your seat. We are about to start now. In the meantime, we're going to be listening to the Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer in a moment. That's Mr. Michael Mutiga. But first, before that, we would like to have the ASEA video documentary play. So if tech team could put it up, would appreciate that. Thank you so much.
The African Securities Exchanges Association, ASEA, has been the bedrock of Africa's financial evolution, uniting premier securities exchanges in a shared pursuit.
I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the African Stock Exchanges Association, ASEA, for its 30th anniversary since it was formed 30 years ago in Nairobi. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who have been interacting with the association for the past 30 years, the donors, the friends of the association, all the exchanges who have worked very hard to maintain the caliber integrity of the association.
ASEA stands tall as a nexus driving the development of stock markets and fostering invaluable networking opportunities. Committed to engage in African capital markets ecosystem, ASEA endeavors to mobilize capital, promote sustainability and advance financial inclusion, nurturing Africa's economic growth and development.
This is the 30th year since the formation of ASEA, and it's a proud moment to celebrate a great milestone of an association that was founded back in 1993. From its initial founding of 4 exchanges, namely the Nairobi Securities Exchange, the Ugandan Securities Exchange, the Dar es Salaam Securities Exchange, and the Mauritian Securities Exchange. Today, we are a formidable Pan-African institution made up of 29 exchanges and its affiliates.
I'm one of the privileged witnesses of ASEA's creation back in 1993. I was not yet involved in those days in the stock exchange industry, but I still recall that my good friend Jim Naembaru convened the top management of 4 exchanges in Africa to Nairobi to create ASEA.
Africa is a continent of opportunity with a brilliant future. We need to have a strong and efficient capital market to mobilize long-term financing for a sustainable development of the continent. And I think that our association have a key role to play in this regard.
We have made major strides in supporting the development of capital markets in Africa. Key among them, building a high level of knowledge share through the BFM programs of the association and the annual conferences that we've held in different jurisdictions, bringing in experts to speak to us about capital markets. We have also advanced around how we can enhance liquidity. And today we are proud to say that we have the African Exchanges Linkage Project, which aims to link all the African markets and allow them to have a high level of cross-border trading. We've also built on each other's strengths and learning on the products they offer, and it has made it easier for us to roll out products in our respective markets.
The flagship project of Africa Exchange Linkages Project is a case in point of some of the achievements that the association have done.
The AELP is a flagship project of ASEA. Conceptualized in 2015, the aim of the project is to facilitate cross-border trading across participating markets. At the moment, we have 9 exchanges that are participating in the project. And the purpose of this is to really create a unified trading platform where investors from one of these participating countries can buy stocks in another market.
So ASEA is really a great home for African capital markets to build, grow, and exploit the potential of the resources of Africa in helping propel economic development.
The Nairobi Stock Exchange has played a critical role in supporting ASEA right from the beginning and in ensuring that over the years ASEA becomes the voice of the stock exchange industry, not only on the continent but also at the global level, and has undeniably become the platform in Africa from which some of the greatest initiatives and greatest ideas concerning the development of African stock exchanges generally germinates.
As we celebrate ASEA's remarkable 30-year journey, its impact on Africa's financial landscape resonates profoundly. From visionary inception to present-day leadership, ASEA's legacy surpasses mere markets exchanges. Embracing change and innovation, ASEA remains dedicated, fueled by vibrant communities and stakeholders. Together, we forge a path towards a prosperous future for Africa where financial markets thrive, serving as engines of widespread prosperity and growth for all across the continent.
I also want to take this opportunity to thank the Nairobi Stock Exchange, NSE, for the 30 years of service as the Secretariat for the wonderful job that they have done over the years. Therefore, we wish all of us to enjoy and celebrate the ASEA's 30th anniversary as a member, as an organization. And the ASEA have actually achieved a lot. And let's all celebrate and enjoy our 30th anniversary in Nairobi, Kenya.
Happy 30th anniversary, ASEA.
Happy 30th anniversary to ASEA and Karibuni Kenya.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you so much and happy anniversary. Let's put our hands together for the team that put that together and of course for the messages that we have just listened in. Ladies and gentlemen, in respect to time, I want to request that we have that door closed. Please, if we could have that door closed, it will help us so that at least we can have some minimal noise around. At this moment, please allow me to invite one of our key sponsors, Safaricom's Remax, and I want to request Mr. Michael Mutiga, the Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer, to kindly make it to the stage and give his remarks. Let's appreciate him and put your hands together for Mr. Michael Mutiga, the Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer. Karibu sana.
Good morning. Good morning. To our distinguished guests, in particular, Tapo Sheole, the President of the African Securities Exchange Association, Kiprono Kitonyi, our Chairman of the Nairobi Securities Exchange, and all our guests and ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to stand here representing Safaricom, and we really appreciate what the ASEA has done as a catalyst for the capital markets in our country. We are a title sponsor for the event, and as a sponsor, we fully embrace the conference's theme as a shaper of the African capital markets. Our commitment as Safaricom is to financial inclusion, wealth creation, and seamless payments. And as you may have heard of it, we do run a platform called M-Pesa, which is Africa's largest fintech. We listed on the stock exchange over 15 years ago. And through that time, we've emerged as the largest market cap and a key participant in the market. But over and above just being a large stock on the exchange, we are very actively engaged with the NSE on creating new opportunities for wealth creation and mobilization of capital. So for instance, we recently signed an agreement with Sumitomo to help an acceleration program where we will support Kenyan companies scale up and emerge as new, hopefully new tech companies in the region. We also have opened up recently a factory for device assembly, which will be the largest phone assembly plant in the region of up to 3 million devices a year. And we hope that company with time will get to list on this exchange. I think that deserves a clap. But most of all, in partnership with the Nairobi Securities Exchange and leveraging our M-Pesa platform, we are launching 24-hour digital trading. And in the next few weeks, in conjunction with the NSE, and we'll have a demo showed at some point in the course of the day, you will see how the platform will work and how Mwananchi can trade stocks on the simplicity and with the convenience on their phones. I think that also deserves a clap. So I'll keep my comments very brief. And we hope that the conference continues to build on the collaboration amongst our countries, to build on innovation, to build on simplifying how we trade and how we can mobilize capital and how we transcend borders in the mobilization of capital. And we do, as Safaricom, continue to support the Nairobi Securities Exchange, the Capital Markets Authority, and the aim of this conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. I know that Safaricom was to do a demonstration of an SMS trading, and we will give you the opportunity to do that within the program. So thank you so much. Let's appreciate Michael Mutiga one more time. I'd like to now welcome Ms. Jane Karuku. Jane is the Group CEO at East Africa Breweries Limited, EABL. Let's give her a warm round of applause as she makes her speech.
Thank you, Terian. Thank you, my friend Kip and Jeff, for inviting me. All protocols observed. I'm here to just tell you a very short story, and I'll take about 3.5 minutes. I was given 5. I'll give you back 1. So EABL has been long associated with Nairobi Stock Exchange. In 1922, there were some brothers called Hurst brothers. One was Charles, the other one was George. And they came to Kenya to start a brewery just about 8 minutes north from here. And the reason they wanted to start brewing beer was because they wanted to give beer to the colonialists who are already here and the many farmers who are here in Kenya, who are used to taking brewed beer. We were, of course, as Kenyans and Africans, consuming our own traditional brews. And the more important thing is that soon after, they discovered they didn't have enough capital even to satisfy the guys who were working here. And therefore, they went to the Nairobi Stock Exchange. At the time, it was an exchange bar. The bar's still there, the exchange bar at the Stanley, for those who are in Kenya. And that's where they had the first public offer in 1934. So I guess we can say we are very, very old. Over 90 years association with NSC. So we've seen the minutes, and in 1934, there was actually a resolution to go list, and there was a second resolution to go and start cross-listing in Uganda and Tanzania. And they went to Dar es Salaam, and they went to Kampala. So for ASEA, we started this business you guys are starting 70 to 80 years ago, so congratulations. I think the other important fact I wanted to share is that in 1972, we continued with the journey of working together with NSC, and we released 3 million shares into the public. And the price of the share was 18 Kenya shillings. I guess at the time, it was still a very expensive share. I'm not sure at the current exchange how much that was. I guess it was, but many people, many Kenyans participated. And the history goes on and on until we are great partners with NSC. And I think another key fact is that during COVID, we've used the NSC to raise money for capital expenditure or for expansion. And I think the more emotional one is after COVID, in 2021, we came to the market and we wanted only a few billions, and we got about 300% of a subscription in times of COVID. So that was emotional for us, and I think it showed the confidence of our business, of course I'm going to say that, plus also the ability of stock exchange to access capital from the public. I think the other thing I wanted to share, I think now I'm on the 1 minute, so going on to the 2nd minute, I think the challenge I was giving my friends when we were having a roundtable is that how do we get the NSC to be very, very, very vibrant so we can get more customers, more consumers, in our case, partaking, or more citizenry within our African context participating in the stock exchange. Because I still believe there is a lot of capital and there is a lot of wealth that we can create for ourselves and for our people. The other challenge I gave them is that what is it that we can do so they share values, represent what is happening internally in the businesses. What we find, and I keep saying this, I'm not sure whether our African exchanges are that efficient, because you find a company with super profits, like my previous speaker here, Michael, and myself, so companies who are all the time delivering great performance and great earnings per share or great dividend, but that is not reflected in the stock market. So I guess when you're deliberating the next 3 years, that might be a point that you want to discuss and consider. How do you just become so vibrant and attractive to everybody? Basically means how do you grow the share price, yeah? Isn't it? To be direct. I think the last thing is, I think what we've worked together with NSC to develop accountability in reporting. So of course, as listed companies, we've always reported on the financial statements. Then we came to integrated reporting that included the sustainability report. And I'm happy to report that what we are seeing in Nairobi Exchange, supporting us as businesses to be accountable and to be transparent about our activities from a sustainability or the climate action perspective, I think it's bearing fruit. So I want to congratulate NSC because, you know, business, the creative tension between investing on sustainability or things equal climate versus delivering shareholder returns is a big tension within boardrooms. But I think as businesses who want to be here for the next 100 years like we have been, are taking it very, very well, and we are balancing both of those. So thank you very much. All the best as you discuss here. Please remember the challenge I've given you. If I look at 2001, we were one of the highest from a capitalization perspective. We already hit $1 billion in 2001. I can see a few other people who are really closing in, and now I think we are probably in the top 5. I can see other people probably not represented here. But I wish there is more of us who are hitting towards the 3 billions, the trillions. I think it would be exciting from an African perspective. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you very much, Ms. Karuku. I would like to now welcome the chairperson of the Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Ugas Mohammed, who was here earlier, but I seem to... He will be coming later. All right, in that case, I would like to welcome Mr. Oscar Onyema, the Group CEO of the Nigeria Securities Exchange, to come and give us his remarks. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
Sorry about that. At this moment, we would just want to, first of all, listen to one of our key strategic sponsors from Stanbic Bank, Patrick Mutere, to kindly come and address us. A round of applause to Patrick as well, because we were in line with the sponsor messages. Makofi tafadhali, please come over. Asante sana.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for that ambush there. I hadn't actually planned to speak, but I'm very pleased to be part of this congregation. As you know, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Patrick Mwehire. I am the Regional Chief Executive for Standard Bank Group in East Africa. As you know, Standard Bank Group is the largest financial institution on the continent, and we're very much involved in trying to dislocate capital flows and make sure that we connect this continent to capital flows, whether it's globally, and also allow the capital to flow within the continent. So what the discussions that are happening here today very, very much resonate with what we stand for and what we do. And we're very, very pleased to be a sponsor because this is exactly what we'd like to support. Looking forward to all the deliberations, and I can assure you that we'll continue to be a supporter for the Africa Securities Exchange. Thanks for listening, Mike.
All right, thank you. Our regulator is now with us. I would like to welcome up on stage Mr. Ugas Mohammed. He's the chairman of the Capital Markets Authority. Karibu sana.
Good morning. Or is it afternoon? Thank you very much. I just want to take the opportunity again to welcome you all to Nairobi. As the president of ASEA had said earlier, I don't think you need any more welcoming because you've become residents, probably, most of you. But this message is to those who are still kind of trying to, maybe their first time. Karibuni, as it is said in Swahili, welcome. My name is Ugas Mohammed. I'm the chairman for the Capital Markets Authority, the entity that regulates the security sector. I think for us here in Kenya, I think there's a global equities challenge that is there. For us here in Kenya, we through roundtables and coming together, we're trying to figure out what to do in order to revitalize this market, especially as the President just mentioned, we're saying the capital markets is the backbone of the economy. So when the capital market is not working, or maybe some fiscal or policy, fiscal or monetary policies affecting how the markets work, then we have a chicken and the egg situation is what we're dealing with. Sometimes, the perfect storm, as they say, is what has inflicted our markets coming from Corona all the way now. And, as they say, climate change is also affecting us. One of the biggest issues we have at the moment is floods, serious floods in our, especially many parts of this country. Actually, more than the 1997 El Nino. And we had the worst drought of 4 years that we passed through. So this market is going through so much. Now, coming together today for the exchanges across Africa, let me first congratulate you for the work that's happening in the region, the issue of integration of markets, the integration of economies, the economies of scale, buy Africa, build Africa. All those concepts are now what should be selling and working. I believe that we have an opportunity to make Africa rise. We have an opportunity to make Africa rise through economic integration. Of course, you've had all the visa-free stuff. That is also political integration. And those things will all help. But more so, the borderless issues of technology and innovation. I want to congratulate the NSC for being one of the most innovative exchanges in Africa. And I was impressed by some products I actually saw outside right now, something that's coming up in the pipeline, which is just amazing. Cuts down the T plus whatever to T plus 0 or something. So to me, that is innovation. I know that Kenya also on the M-Pesa platform is been doing very well over the years and has been trending and been adopted elsewhere. So for me, I just want to say thank you for hosting this here. We welcome you very much. Kenya is a very cosmopolitan place. It is a place that has potential to really rise very quickly with little input. And I believe that there is investment opportunities for everybody. We want the exchanges to integrate. We want them to cross-list and bring benefits, a win-win for everybody. I think that's the key. And then finally, I think these conferences, most times we come together and we have resolutions, we have declarations, and we have sharing of knowledge. And so we want also to hear that the ASEA event in Nairobi came up with something that is going to become a stepping stone to the future, something memorable, substantive, and that is going to be, so one or two things. We want to see something come out of these deliberations that is going to be very good for the future of the capital markets. As we said, the equities markets are not performing, you know better than I do, but certainly what we're seeing here in Kenya is not exception to Kenya. It is across the globe, maybe because of rising interest rates and the money markets and the global issues that we see, the supply chain disruptions and all that. So thank you very much. It is an honor and a pleasure to see you all, and welcome to Nairobi, as always. And we are very, very pleased to have you, and we wish you great deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. August Mohammed, the Chairman, Capital Markets Authority. Next, we're going to listen to the former president, Mr. Oscar Onyema, Group CEO, the Nigeria Stock Exchange. A round of applause to him as he comes, tafadhali. And we profusely apologize for that mix-up earlier on. We were a bit excited because the president came, you know. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May I seek the permission of the President of ASEA to rely on the protocol that has been established. I think I was invited to speak on behalf of the past presidents. There are a few past presidents here, so I'd like you to just get up and be recognized. I've been asked to talk a little bit about some of the accomplishments that ASEA has had over the years. First of all, let me congratulate all of us for 30 years. We're building an institution. That institution transcends one exchange. It transcends an individual. And the fact that we're here 30 years again, after 30 years is worth celebrating. So definitely, in those 30 years, ASEA has become the definitive source of information for African exchanges. If people want to do anything in Africa, today they will look at ASEA. They will look at the ASEA website, where we collect data from the various exchanges and use that in an aggregated form to show development over time on the website. ASEA also developed, in partnership with FTSE, the FTSE ASEA Index. There are two indices, one ex-Africa, South Africa, and one with South Africa, to track certain companies that are listed across the continent that have made it to that index, or to those indices. I was president between 2014 and 2018. And, during that period, we, signed a lot of MOUs. Partnerships were established with various institutions, including the African Union. The African Union was trying to push for one exchange. They were going to push to establish one exchange for Africa. Being practitioners in the game, we knew that that was a tall order. But we came up with the idea that we can link ourselves, have cross-border trading, and see how that goes as we then progress towards further integration. So I was very, very pleased when I saw the first trade that was done today. I almost felt like a very proud father because, to have a vision come to reality just speaks to what I said earlier on about institutions. The executive committees that came after us have continued, have stayed on it, and have been able to implement something that we can all be proud of. We've signed, obviously this was done in partnership with the Africa Development Bank, which has provided funding. And that MOU actually covers other aspects other than just the Africa Exchange Linkage Project. So I know that there's more to come. There's been a lot of work in terms of white papers, thought leadership coming out of ASEA on so many issues, from sustainability to ESG to data to all kinds of things. And so the membership have really been engaged, and they continue to put out information and material that supports what the President of Kenya said today, that really we're not here to do trading. We're here to catalyze the development of African economies. And when we see ourselves from that perspective, our work takes on more meaning. And that is why we're so glad that we continue to deliver. This is my first ASEA AGM since I left as president. And I must say, the room is full. I'm so proud of ASEA, the president, and the ESCO, the work you guys are doing. This is vital work that is very important for Africa. So it's a call to action for the next 30 years, that we continue to develop that institution, that we understand that our mission is one that is greater than any African country. It is one that is Pan-African and that can help to lift a lot of people from poverty and really create and democratize wealth for all of us. So with that said, thank you very much for having us, the past presidents and those that are living. Jeff, thank you for all the work that you do. I think that it would have been a shame if we did not have an AGM this year. And given the short period of time that you had to put it together, I really congratulate you and commend you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those remarks. Let's appreciate him one more time with a round of applause. Asante sana. Ladies and gentlemen, some of us did not manage to take the health break, and some of us managed to, especially the ones who managed to escort our president out. So this moment, I will just give, we only have about 10 minutes because we are gearing up for the next panel discussions that we have lined up. So I want to allow the ones who didn't manage to do it, because a bit half of us have already done it, to kindly walk out and have that quick health break. And the rest of the persons, we're going to play the video that we played earlier on during that particular health break that happened. And so I want to request the tech team to kindly help us with a video for the ASEA launch. And quietly, once you walk out, please ensure you do that. But just before then, I think I'm being called by my CEO. So we're going to have the first M-Pesa video first, and then followed by the ASEA launch, as the rest of the persons who didn't manage to get the health break do that very quickly, 10 minutes max, and then back to the hall. M-Pesa video, and then the ASEA video, please.
That allows you to invest money from your M-Pesa account. Get the Mali Mini app from your M-Pesa app. You will first have to download the M-Pesa app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store and proceed to sign in. Getting the Mali Mini app. On the navigation bar, tap Services. Locate and select the Mali Mini app from the Services screen. Benefits of Mali. The benefits of investing in Mali are: invest as low as 100 shillings and earn stable and competitive returns. Deposit and withdraw via M-Pesa at no cost. Opt in and invest. Get started by opting into the service and tap Invest to Mali. Enter the amount you wish to invest, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. Withdraw. Tap Withdraw to M-Pesa and enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Confirm the details and enter your M-Pesa PIN. View statement. You can also view the history of all your transactions by tapping on More Actions. Select View Statement. Add and delete Next of Kin. Next of kin is the person whose details you update on Mali, and in the event of incapacities such as sickness, mental instability, and death, they can have access to your fund. To add next of kin, tap More Actions on the Mali home screen followed by Add Next of Kin. To delete the existing next of kin details, tap More Actions followed by View Next of Kin, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. You can add your email address to which statements will be sent to. Tap More Actions, then select Add Email Address. Enter a valid email address, followed by your M-Pesa PIN. Frequently asked questions help you to know more about Mali. Tap More Actions on the Mali home screen. Tap FAQs and the questions and answers will be displayed. If you wish to stop investing, you can leave the service. Tap More Actions, then select Opt Out. You will have to withdraw any existing balance to proceed.
Do you want to make life interesting? Sign into the M-Pesa app. Browse. The M-Pesa app lets you tap into the full potential of the connectivity to various mini-apps. By creating a budget or investing, track your financial activities and view your account statements. It's always so much fun to shop for gifts when you can easily find shops and services near you. You can access Hustler Fund and a range of other government services from the public sector. Request a cab, train or book a ticket and fly off to the place of your destination with friends and family through transport and travel. Stay in shape and maintain a healthy lifestyle on health and wellness. Get movie tickets and many more to explore in the world of events and discoveries on new experiences. Are you a student? Well, you can now access your HELB loan, the M-Pesa app, with a totally revamped user interface, giving it a new look with a clean, dark theme, which makes it incredibly clear and even.
The business app is a mobile platform that helps you as a business person or just anyone who's doing biashara, and you come to Safaricom and you're given a till, then you can be able to track and be able to have a view of your business from anywhere that you are in the world. To get access to the M-Pesa business app, it's very simple. You go either to your App Store or your Play Store and you just search for M-Pesa business app, then you can be able to download, and it's very easy to sign in and you can just get started. The app helps you as a business person be able to monitor your business very effectively. So you can see your statements, you can be able to request for your payments, you can also do your payouts to your suppliers, and you can easily be able to do as much as even exporting your statements. And also we've introduced very exciting features like Boost Your Biashara, where you can be able to complete payments. Either you're paying to your suppliers or you want to send money to your employees, you can be able to complete that without enough money on your till. Ukienda pale kwa homepage ya the M-Pesa business app, you'll see a My Services tab. Essentially, we are partnering with different partners to be able to help you as a business person to manage your business better. Talking about people that will come and help you do your invoicing, will help you come do your POS from the app. So we are giving other partners in the industry who've been building business solutions for you to be able to come and run your business very easily using other third-party services from the app without leaving the app as a business.
So as a Kenyan, I see a lot of potential within the country. I believe that when you provide decent infrastructure to the population with the right support, we can realize the potential for Kenya as a country. So before the roads were constructed and upgraded to bitumen standards, the people out there had to rely on very simple modes of transport.
So the Kenyan Roads project, I was the team lead for the execution of the project financing. The Kenyan government decided that there was a bunch of roads in the country that needed upgrading. And they thought the best way to do this was to get private sector involved, to bring in the expertise to upgrade the roads, maintain them, and thereafter the Kenyan government would take them over and be able to operate themselves. So it's a good method to show how public and private can work together.
It is going to bring that acceleration in terms of the benefits that infrastructure brings into the economy.
These big, large infrastructure deals that Standard Bank does signals confidence in Africa. It signals growth.
The roads that are being constructed under the roads program is actually a catalyst to economic empowerment. The communities in terms of stimulating economic activities around those areas. We were the pioneers, financiers in the Peace Road annuity deal. It has not been an easy journey. It took a number of years, but what matters is the fact that we did not lose focus on what we are trying to do.
My name is Vincent Lichu. I'm the site manager. This is one of the roads. The locals around here, they are farmers. Most of them could not access to their farms. This place was inaccessible, but now they can easily sell their farm product to the outside market without any problems. I'm really proud to contribute to this, helping the community around here, but also the livelihood. We have added value to the area. It's really an improvement. This road is going to improve the livelihoods of this community. The people around, living around, they can easily access to the hospitals and connect to the schools.
As an individual, you get a sense of fulfillment because you see yourself being a part of a bigger purpose.
I believe in here because of the possibilities to impact the world, so we can change how we live, we can change the outcome of what we do.
So as a Kenyan, I see a lot of potential within the country. I believe that when you provide decent infrastructure to the population with the right support, we can realize the potential for Kenya as a country. So before the roads were constructed and upgraded to bitumen studdeds, the people around there had to rely on very simple modes of transport.
So the Kenyan Roads project, I was the team lead for the execution of the project financing. The Kenyan government decided that there was a bunch of roads in the country that needed upgrading. And they thought the best way to do this was to get private sector involved, to bring in the expertise to upgrade the roads, maintain them, and thereafter the Kenyan government would take them over and be able to operate themselves. So it's a good method to show how public and private can work together.
It is going to bring that acceleration in terms of the benefits that infrastructure brings into the economy.
These big, large infrastructure deals that Standard Bank does signals confidence in Africa. It signals growth.
The roads that are being constructed under the roads program is actually a catalyst to economic empowerment. The communities in terms of stimulating economic activities around those areas. We were the pioneers, financiers in this road annuity deal. It has not been an easy journey. It took a number of years, but what matters is the fact that we did not lose focus on what we are trying to do.
My name is Vincent Lichu. I'm the site manager. This is one of the roads. The locals around here, they are farmers. Most of them could not access to their farms. This place was inaccessible, but now they can easily sell their farm product to the outside market without any problems. I'm really proud to contribute to this, helping the community around here, but also the livelihood. We have added value to the area. It's really an improvement. This road is going to improve the livelihoods of this community. The people around, living around, they can easily access to the hospitals and connect to the schools.
As an individual, you get a sense of fulfillment because you see yourself being a part of a bigger purpose.
I believe in here because of the possibilities to impact the world, so we can change how we live, we can change the outcome of what we do.
Introducing Mali, an investment product from M-Pesa that allows you to invest money from your M-Pesa account. Get the Mali Mini app from your M-Pesa app. You will first have to download the M-Pesa app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store and proceed to sign in. Getting the Mali Mini app. On the navigation bar, tap Services. Locate and select the Mali Mini app from the Services screen. Benefits of Mali. The benefits of investing in Mali are: invest as low as 100 shillings and earn stable and competitive returns. Deposit and withdraw via M-Pesa at no cost. Opt in and invest. Get started by opting into the service and tap Invest to Mali. Enter the amount you wish to invest, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. Withdraw. Tap Withdraw to M-Pesa and enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Confirm the details and enter your M-Pesa PIN. View statement. You can also view the history of all your transactions by tapping on More Actions. Select View Statement. Add and delete Next of Kin. Next of kin is the person whose details you update on Mali, and in the event of incapacities such as sickness, mental instability, and death, they can have access to your fund. To add next of kin, tap More Actions on the Mali home screen followed by Add Next of Kin. To delete the existing next of kin details, tap More Actions followed by View Next of Kin, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. You can add your email address to which statements will be sent to. Tap More Actions, then select Add Email Address. Enter a valid email address, followed by your M-Pesa PIN. Frequently asked questions help you to know more about Mali. Tap More Actions on the Mali home screen. Tap FAQs and the questions and answers will be displayed. If you wish to stop investing, you can leave the service. Tap More Actions, then select Opt Out. You will have to withdraw any existing balance to proceed.
Do you want to make life
Introducing Mali, an investment product from M-Pesa that allows you to invest money from your M-Pesa account. Get the Mali Mini app from your M-Pesa app. You will first have to download the M-Pesa app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store and proceed to sign in. Getting the Mali Mini app. On the navigation bar, tap Services. Locate and select the Mali Mini app from the Services screen. Benefits of Mali. The benefits of investing in Mali are: invest as low as 100 shillings and earn stable and competitive returns. Deposit and withdraw via M-Pesa at no cost. Opt in and invest. Get started by opting into the service and tap Invest to Mali. Enter the amount you wish to invest, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. Withdraw. Tap Withdraw to M-Pesa and enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Confirm the details and enter your M-Pesa PIN. View statement. You can also view the history of all your transactions by tapping on More Actions. Select View Statement. Add and delete Next of Kin. Next of kin is the person whose details you update on Mali, and in the event of incapacities such as sickness, mental instability, and death, they can have access to your fund. To add next of kin, tap More Actions on the Mali home screen followed by Add Next of Kin. To delete the existing next of kin details, tap More Actions followed by View Next of Kin, confirm and enter your M-Pesa PIN. You can add your email address to which statements will be sent to. Tap More Actions, then select Add Email Address. Enter a valid email address, followed by your M-Pesa PIN. Frequently asked questions help you to know more about Mali. Tap More Actions on the Mali home screen. Tap FAQs and the questions and answers will be displayed. If you wish to stop investing, you can leave the service. Tap More Actions, then select Opt Out. You will have to withdraw any existing balance to proceed.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for the next session of the panel discussions that will be starting in about a minute or so. So if you can hear us and you're still out, please take your seat, then we can get started. Ladies and gentlemen, in the meantime, as we do this, I'd like us to just appreciate, as the President mentioned, the entire ASEA Secretariat that sat down together with the Nairobi Securities Exchange teams to ensure this happened, and as you had, in a record month's time for us to have this together. Let's put our hands together and appreciate them. Makofi tafadhali. Asante sana. Thank you so much. Please.
All right, I would like to now welcome our first panel of the day, which will be moderated by our ASEA President, Apello Cheole, and he will be speaking to a distinguished panel of experts, including Mr. Michael Mutiga, Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer at Safaricom. As I mentioned your name, please make your way to the stage. James Moria, Group CEO, Centum. Patrick Karuki, Chairman, Fund Managers Association. Mr. Jose Akili, MD, CPF Financial Services. And Mr. Joshua Oigara, CEO, Stanbic Bank. Please make your way to the stage for our first discussion, which will be on capital raising through public markets, with a focus on how stock exchanges can regain a competitive edge. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you. Welcome everyone from the break. I guess we have MC, or you are director, she's MC. Yeah, we have 1 hour for the panel. We'll just have about 45 or 30 minutes discussion, and then I'll invite questions, and then we sum up. I think the topic is quite clear. Capital raising through public markets, how stock exchanges can regain a competitive edge. And I'm happy that I have experts who are not members of the stock exchange, so they'll be speaking honestly about what are the thoughts in terms of what we can do as stock exchanges to gain a competitive edge. Because, you know, the stock exchanges offers platform in a more particular way to enable capital raising. But with the world changing, we've seen the landscape and the ecosystem fast changing, and we are having other competing platforms as stock exchanges. There's also a need to actually blend the financing needs of the private sector or even governments in order to be innovative enough to fulfill their capital raising needs. And therefore, I think it's quite fitting that this becomes the first panel discussion, because it is the traditional role that stock exchanges existed over the years. I'm looking at notes in my phone here. I had prepared proper notes, but when the presidential entourage came, they swept everything on our desks. So everything disappeared. But it's good that I have all the questions that I have. I'm going to give each one of us in the panel 30 seconds or 20 seconds to introduce himself and tell us their position, and then we'll kickstart the discussion in terms of me posing various questions to exchanges. To the panelists. I'll start from my immediate right.
I'm not sure. Good afternoon, everybody. And thank you, Mr. President, for moderating the session. My name is Patrick Kariuki, here in my capacity as chairman of the Fund Managers Association of Kenya.
Hi, my name is Gregory Waweru, Chief Executive of SBG Securities. But to the moderator, I am a member of the exchange, but I promise we'll be very honest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am ASEA Kili, the President of Association of Pension Trustees, and also Group CEO of CPF Financial Services, a pension system in this country.
Okay, good afternoon. On stage for the second time. And Mr. Chairman, I must say, we need gender balance. It's all men this time around. But my name is Michael Mutiga. I am the Chief Business Development and Strategy Officer at Safaricom.
Good morning, I think still morning. My name is Fred Moremi. I'm a Managing Director for Centum Capital Partners, here to represent the Group CEO of Centum, that's James Moria. A poor replacement, I'm sorry. Centum is a publicly listed company, has been listed on the Nairobi Stock Exchange since 1967, and cross-listed on the Uganda Securities Exchange, I think since 2011. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. Very correct. I asked the chef that, you know, when you allocate spot, we're going to be looking at gender. And I don't worry, I think in the next coming panel, you're going to see a lot of female leaders coming up. I'll start with Patrick from the Pan-African Fund Managers Association. I think you in about 15 seconds, tell us exactly what the Fund Managers Association does, and also just proceed in terms of, according to you, what do you think, what should capital raisers know when raising capital?
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you for bringing in the Pan-African Fund Managers Association. This is a recent association which was formed this year, 3 months ago, with the support of FSD, so that fund managers can interact with other fund managers across Africa learn from each other, and also be able to come and attend such functions in our capacity as an African body. And so far, we've got 8 founder countries who are basically from Nigeria, we've got Uganda, we've got Morocco, we've got Botswana, South Africa, Zambia, and West African Fund Managers Association, and Kenya. You also asked me, what should people looking for capital from fund managers? And I'll go deeper, even from pension scheme fund managers, because that is my day job at Gen Africa Asset Managers, where I'm the managing director. One, I would like to tell you that pension schemes are slow in decision making by nature. So don't come in a rush to raise capital. No, do advanced sensitization. Come around for book building in advance, and don't bypass the fund manager and go to the trustees. You will be referred back to us, and that at times leaves a bad taste in our mouths on that. And then also be upfront on certain disclosures. You know, we have seen in the past somebody saying this is a guaranteed bond. But when you go and read the small print, it is only partially guaranteed. And even to get paid up can even take 3 or even 4 years. And also just understand pension schemes. Yes, they are long-term investors, but they have to survive the short term to get to the long term because of their yearly reporting to members. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Patrick. I think some of the aspects that you mentioned touch around regulations, disclosures. When people want to come to the market, obviously, you want them to provide clarity. But you know, as exchanges, we are increasingly experiencing competition. That is why all of us here, even the president this morning was talking about no IPOs. People are not coming to the market to raise that capital. And I'll go to Gregory and then to Hosea in terms of what do you think is the impact of regulation in making exchanges uncompetitive? Do you think regulation is too much? Do you think we should relax regulation? At what point do you think we need to strike the balance in order for us not to become irrelevant or to be outcompeted by other platforms?
Thank you, Mr. President. I think we have to strike the right balance to ensure that we are competitive. Exchanges are competitive. I think you're aware there is a lot of competition from the private markets, and as a consequence, we need the right frameworks that support and the right incentive models to support new issuances that are market-friendly, that are proactive. In essence, every marginal dollar of investment these days, there's a lot of competition for every marginal dollar of investment. And even as arrangers work towards bringing out the best equity stories, the best credit stories to come to market, we fundamentally require more flexibility. And I think in the Kenyan context, we've seen the support of our local Kenya capital markets and the exchange in facilitating new issuances, and particularly those that are of a non-vanilla nature, and that has also led to further deepening of and allowed arrangers to come up with better, more structured products that also meet some of the evolving needs of institutional investors.
Hosea?
Mr. President, you want me to tackle the same question? Thank you. I think I am representing the owners of capital in this meeting because in Kenya, I am the president of the Association for Pension Trustees and Administrators of Kenya. And globally, within our country, we represent quite a sizable amount of investable assets, but not all those assets are invested in this market, in this particular, in the capital markets. And the reason is actually varied. One of the challenges we face is that I think something which has also been mentioned by our chief guest this morning. The design of our stock exchanges are designed to fit the investor who is international. Okay? We have to rethink, and I suggest that ASEA considers having maybe 3 kind of markets running side by side. One, yes, which is internationally, benchmarked to receive capital from the Western world and back and forth and other international, very professional investors. A middle market, which is basically for emerging African businesses, which are yet to get comfortable with the stringent regulations of the market. And then the third one is the African market, which is a market for the SMEs. Here is where I would say we need to have literally no regulations. Normally, I think I suggested in one of the meetings we had with the capital market players that you create a crush, like a cattle crush, which receives all the animals and then channels them into one, and then they get in, and finally they cannot reverse back. So in other words, we bring into the market, and I think the Nairobi Securities Exchange, where I've also served as a director for some time, as a market called IPUCA, to really bring this kind of people. So I'm suggesting that we have actually been doing things to benchmark with international stock markets. I think it's time we did an African structured stock market to fit us, and then one which is dealing with the lower end of the market. Thank you.
Thank you, ASEA. I'll come back to the issue of the SME markets in order to increase the capital raising in the market by this particular sector. But maybe I go to Michael, and maybe because you are from Safaricom, right? And maybe we speak to the question of product innovation, either IT-wise or just some product that can enable stock markets to make companies to raise capital. In your own view, do you think there is enough innovation by exchanges to actually aid capital raising by various institutions across the ecosystem of capital markets?
No, thank you, moderator. So from our perspective, and I also have the advantage of dealing a lot more intimately in the market as a range of issuances previously. And there's definitely been an evolution in terms of how the market has evolved. It was long settlement days, paper-driven, etc., to now a more digital-driven platform. But it's still not there yet. I think we do have opportunities to look at 24-hour trading being a lot more convenient as to how you transact on your phone, etc. We are working with the Nairobi Securities Exchange as it is around launching in the next couple of coming weeks a product where you can actually trade on your phone at your convenience, and it's geared towards that segment of society that wants to participate, that doesn't have the time to actually engage the stockbroker, wants information as to how stocks are performing, make quick decisions on that trade, and have certainty that the transaction will execute. We've demoed it actually today. It's called Mali. And it's that sort of innovation, I think, that will really help catalyze those pockets of liquidity in these markets that have not been fully tapped or fully engaged. Or for that matter, needs to diversify away from, in Kenya, you buy land if you have a bit of money. And the returns on land are not great at the moment. So the reality is that helping people diversify with comfort and security has to be a priority for the exchanges. I think there's still other innovation is to happen. Innovations around how we get information out to the public around stocks, not just the share price or